Hello, my name is Vincent Duran, and today I'm going to be answering two reflective questions for my Native American Studies class. So, before taking this course, my understanding of Native American societies and individuals was very limited. I was not taught a lot about it in high school, but I'm really glad that this has helped me to open my eyes to a lot about the Native American society. So I had a general idea of Native American history, but it was mostly framed around the removal, the loss, and tragedy, rather than the resilience and diversity and sovereignty of the Native Americans. So I didn't fully realize how many distinct Native American nations existed across North America, and thank you to the professor for helping to teach us about that. So yeah, the languages and traditions are still alive today, and I'm glad that they're still thriving. I also didn't understand how deeply the U.S. policy and settler colonial systems have shaped and continue to shape the Native life. Through this class, I've learned that colonialism wasn't just a single moment in history, but it's an ongoing system that has tried to erase indigenous identity, and yet it has also sparked generations of Native resistance and adaptation. So policies like Indian relocation program, boarding schools, and allotment were designed to assimilate Native people and break apart communities. But what's powerful is that the Natives never backed down and they never disappeared. So instead, they found ways to survive, rebuild, and even strengthen their sovereignty in the face of constant pressure. For example, the Indian relocation program encouraged Native individuals to move to cities with promises of jobs and opportunities, but many ended up facing discrimination and isolation. Yet, even in those urban settings, Native people created new communities, founded organizations, and reconnected through shared culture, turning a policy meant to separate them into a new form of collective strength. I've also learned how important it is to recognize the diversity and responses among different nations. So some of them resisted through political and legal action, using treaties, court cases, and tribal governments, and to defend land, resources, and their rights. Others focused on cultural and spiritual revitalization, preserving language, ceremony, and tradition as acts of defiance and continuity. There were also moments of strategic adaptation, where tribes engaged with U.S. institutions or programs to secure benefits while still asserting their own authority. Over time, these layered strategies, resistance, adaptation, and renewal, became the foundation of modern sovereignty. What I've come to understand is that Native responses to colonialism are not just about surviving the past, but about shaping the present and future in their own terms. Today, sovereignty isn't only seen in government-to-government relations, but is also in tribal courts, schools, environmental management, healthcare systems, and economic enterprises that serve Native communities directly. It's in language programs that bring back traditional words, in activism that protects sacred land and water, and in Native artists, scholars, and leaders that tell their own stories. This class taught me that sovereignty is living, not symbolic. It's practiced daily through culture, governance, and community. I've also learned how much Native resilience challenged the old narratives of disappearance that I grew up hearing. Instead of seeing Native people around a historical lens, I now see them as an essential part of the story of the United States and to the ongoing struggles for the justice and self-determination. As a whole, this class has changed my perspective. I have gone from seeing Indigenous history as something in the distant past to recognizing it for how powerful and how strong and ongoing the Natives have become. It's helped me to understand that Native nations have always been active agents in shaping their futures, not just surviving colonialism, but redefining sovereignty in ways that keep its culture alive. and communities thriving today. Thank you. Vincent Duran again.